Hi there, I'm Gilly Hopkins. I'm the Permanency Manager at DCF and the co-director of Project Family, which is the public-private partnership that we have with Lund to achieve permanency for kids who are involved with DCF. Today I'm going to talk a little about siblings as one of 5. For those of us who have siblings, the connections we have with them are typically our life's longest relationships. When kids enter the foster care system, placing siblings together, and when that can't be achieved, maintaining that normal sibling contact can be one of the most protective actions the system can take. When children remain connected to their siblings throughout the traumatic time of their removal from their home and placement in foster care, their outcomes are better. Sometimes connection with siblings has an even greater positive impact than connection with parents. Children who remain connected to their siblings while in foster care typically experience fewer placement moves, less depression and loneliness, and have fewer behavioral problems over the course of their life. Imagine yourself growing up in an environment where your parents struggle to meet your needs. You love them desperately, and there are times they're able to return that love and affection with excellent caregiving. And there are times when they're unable to meet your needs. You may feel betrayed, confused, and afraid. Then you're removed from those parents who you love and may not trust. Your model for caregiving is a shaky one. Now imagine you go through that experience with a sibling. You may protect each other, comfort each other, and meet each other's needs when your parents fall short. Going through that experience with a sibling often brings 2 children closer together. The children who enter our systems often rely more heavily on their siblings than siblings raised with more stable parenting. Their bonds can be complex, but even when they involve a great deal of conflict, perhaps modeled after what they've seen from their parents, they often involve a deep sense of protection, loyalty, and connection. I once had a conversation with an adult in their 50s who had been removed with 5 younger siblings during childhood, and for years didn't know where some of those siblings were while they were separately placed in foster care. This person began to weep when remembering the experience of living in fear and loneliness as a child, not knowing where their younger siblings were. Despite having reconnected with all 5 siblings in adulthood, just the memory of that experience was enough to evoke more emotion than any of the hundreds of other conversations I've had with this person. This trauma, even more than the 14 moves they experienced before being adopted, more than the unfortunate abuse they endured in a foster home in the 1970s, more than the severance of their relationship with their birth parents and community, left the deepest wound. As a caregiver for children experiencing the child protection system, you can act as an advocate for them. Advocating for normalcy through sibling connection could very well be one of the greatest gifts that you can give. Providing care in your home for a sibling set is naturally more complicated and taxing than providing care for a single child. Will there be more chaos? Absolutely. Will there be times that their negative behaviors will feed off of each other like any sibling set? You bet. Is it possible, and even likely, that a sibling set of kids in care will have more difficult to manage negative behaviors than a sibling set who hasn't experienced childhood trauma? Most likely. If you're able to take a sibling set, or even part of a sibling set, you are giving those children the gift of their family during what will likely be one of the most difficult experiences of their life. You'll need more support from your family and network to do it, but the impact could be tremendous. If you're unable to, or if for some reason it's not safe to keep siblings together when they join your home, try to keep them connected with their siblings. This can look a lot of different ways. Sometimes making sure siblings can send letters or talk on the phone is enough. Technology means that we can look to tools like video chat and messaging. When okayed by the worker and the team, and based on the developmental and safety needs of the children, even direct communication between them via social media or messaging can be supportive of sibling relationships. Better yet for most siblings is periodic face-to-face contact. When kids can't be placed in the same home, we try to keep them in the same community so they can continue to have regular contact during school, community events, and in facilitated time by care providers with DCF's input. Sometimes that can be meals together, respite, and/or planned activities. Just normal contact. Kids also should get to see their siblings at family time whenever safe and possible. When siblings have to be placed a distance apart, we hope you're able to advocate for whatever connection can be facilitated so that they experience less of that loneliness, depression, and that deep lifelong wound. When permanency is achieved for siblings, and for one reason or another they aren't living under the same roof, our society owes it to them to maintain the adult relationships necessary so they can continue to nurture this incredibly important lifelong bond. For the adults in their lives, this isn't always easy. Sometimes it means maintaining contact with someone whose personality, lifestyle, or parenting choices are in conflict with your own. Even when this is the case, seek support to manage that so that this essential bond isn't broken for your children. Vermont has yet to adopt a foster care bill of rights or a foster parent bill of rights, but we do have a sibling bill of rights. That's provided for your review in the resources. Thanks for taking the time to think on this. I hope you're able to connect this meeting to your relationship with your own siblings or sibling relationships of those close to you.